DIY Dreaming, and today I am so excited to show you how to do this super easy and I think adorable add-on to pillows that requires no sewing unless you want to, and that can be accomplished with a hot glue gun, and we're even gonna tear the fabric. We're not gonna cut it neatly. So it should be really fun. This is my prototype, which I think turned out absolutely adorable. And anyways, I'm excited to show you. So as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Feel free to sprinkle all that normal jazz. Feel free to ask questions. At the very, very, very end, I will get you my complete supply list and a replay for this video if you would like. And I'll also post more pictures. Okay, so what am I talking about? Well, if you're watching live, I made a trip a few days ago with my son and daughter-in-law to this amazing little store in Crabapple, Georgia, called Scottsdale Farms. And we saw some cute pillows that had this, like a band of fabric on the side of them and a tie. And that is how those pillows actually closed. Well, I came home and decided to make my version of it. So let me show you what it is, and then I'll show you how to do it two ways, because we're going to do a lumbar pillow, and then we're going to do another one of these. And we're using canvas, ticking canvas. And then we're using these awesome pillows that come from magnoliadiy.com. Okay, so this right here is a band that I tore, see, you can see where it's frayed, of this canvas duck that came from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. And I'll show you how to do all the specifics. But basically I just ran it along the edge where the zipper closure is on my pillow. I just want to show you that. Okay, so for this particular one, I tore two pieces that are 2.5 inches wide, and I used some black grosgrain ribbon from Dollar Tree to do the ties. Okay, so we're going to do something similar to that in just a second, but then we're going to do one where we used torn pieces of ticking, and then I just tied them. Okay, so let's do it. All right, and I want to tell you that there's a lot of options of what you could use. You could use absolutely any kind of fabric you want, but we're going to use some of this red and cream canvas ticking fabric that you can get at most fabric stores. We're going to use some of this to make one to go along with this one. This is the canvas duck from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. We could have used my favorite, this is this caramely color ticking fabric, or we could use navy ticking fabric. It comes in a lot of different colors and styles, or you could just use absolutely whatever fabric you want. So for the first one we're going to do is going to be this square. And this is a magnoliadiy.com pillow cover. It's 18 by 18. It has a hidden zipper with thin taupe. It's really nice. And we're going to essentially be putting our decoration on the side where the zipper closure is. And I want the down to be where the zipper is when it's closed. Okay. This is the other pillow. I have so much to tell you, so I'm sorry if I'm a little scrambled. I'm super excited about this idea. This is the other one that we'll do. This is called a lumbar pillow cover. We're not going to do the decoration at the long part. We're going to do it on one of the sides. So it'll be faux for that one. Okay, so before I came live, what I did with that red canvas was I basically cut a strip that's 2.5 wide, and I tore it. Can you see the fringe? I pulled the excess strings off, and I have my Sure Bonder hot gluing device heated and all ready to go. And we're going to use these fabric glue sticks that are from Sherbander also. This is what I use if I know for sure something's going to get washed. I'm not sure that this design could get washed because of the fact that I didn't fray check the edges on the decoration. But this is what we're going to use. Normally I would just use regular glue sticks. I like this Sherbander low temperature hot gluing stuff. Okay. And all right, so like I said, it's 2.5 wide, and I sort of figured it out so that I could have 2 edges of fray in the cream. And what we're going to do is we are going to just fold it over at the top. I do want it to stick over the side just a little bit. This will all make sense in just a minute. Okay, and I have some excess, so I'm just going to, we'll cut that off when we get finished. Okay, so I'm going to lay this over the top, and then I'm going to pin it before we start any gluing. And I want, I'll lift this up in just a second, but I want the edge of my canvas ticking to stick over the edge of where the zipper is. So the pillows that we saw at Scottsdale Farms, they were sewn, and they were really cute. Oh, super adorable. And that is what inspired me. But that was also a little more complicated than what I would want to do. And most of the projects that I do here on DIY Dreaming are glued rather than sewn, because I know not everybody has access to a sewing machine or even knows how to do it. So see, I have a little bit of overhang. All right, and then we'll finish off the bottom in just a minute. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is just put a band of glue right along the outside edge, and I want a paper towel. This fabric glue gets really drippy for some reason. I'm just kind of laying my glue down and pushing my fabric into it, ow, and pushing my finger into, ow, into my pins, ouch, that drew blood. Ouch. I'll try not to get that blood all over my pillow project. I think it's better to do the outside edge first, or the edge that's going to be on the pillow. Okay, that's not wanting to go in just yet. Oh, dang. This is so easy. I'm actually a little embarrassed to show you, because you would think it's a lot more complicated when you see how cute the pillows turn out. Well, see, lots of people on. And Melanie Block says, careful, sweetheart. Yeah, because I just poked my thumb too. Ouch. This is what happens when I get really excited about a project. I start going in super speed, and then I poke my fingers and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I've glued down the outside edge, and now let's figure out what we're going to do. I think I'm just going to tear the bottoms once it's glued down, or maybe I should do that now. And just kind of glue them together. Just take a little snip and then tear. That's too big. Well, that might be okay. bit smaller. And we're going to decorate these, the front of these, with some cute stencils too. That's too long. Okay, let me just glue that down. This red and cream one is going to have this stencil that says, "When cardinals appear, angels are near." And my plan is to do the cardinal in red and then the rest of the design in black. I think it'll be pretty. Okay, now let's do the outside. I'm going to take my pins off. And I'll hold this up and you'll be able to see what I'm actually talking about. Oh, but that reminds me. Before I glue this outside where the zipper is down, I need to do my ties, okay? And what I decided for this one, this one I used grosgrain ribbon from Dollar Tree. This one I'm just going to use some of these little ties. These little strips that I tore and frayed, and I need to decide how long they need to be. Okay, I'll measure this in just a second. And then these they'll just tie. I need 3. Okay, so these are going to be like 12.5 inches long. 3 pieces. Can I get 3 pieces out of this one? Hopefully. So for this one, I initially thought that I would sew these little bands that are going to be the ties. And then I was thinking about how I love the frayed look of the edges and that you really don't even need to sew them. And that's where we ended. Okay, so I have 6 pieces that are like 12.5 inches long. All right. And what we want to do is we want to find out what is the middle. So it's like, let's say it's 18. I'll roughly go not quite 9 inches is the center. And I'm just going to glue this underneath. Does that look about even? No, it needs to go down this way a little bit. Okay. So I'm just gluing my tie down on the inside part right here. Let me go up a little bit and come down a little bit more and see if I can do that without tipping my phone over. So this is where the actual zipper is. I'm just going to eyeball this one. Let's do it right at 3. And these are really just decorative, but if you were sewing a pillow, you could absolutely do a close this way if you wanted. I'll hold it up and show you everything in just a second. This fabric glue does tend to get really, really super drippy. Okay. So, basically, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side exactly. I just glued it underneath before I'm going to glue this down. 3 pieces with the right side up. And then I will flip it over. And I will do the exact, whoops. Oh gosh. I am so sorry. I need a new tripod. Hello. Let me get this fixed. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. You can see right here what I'm doing. And this was exactly what I did when I used the black grosgrain ribbon on the other pillow. The one that we saw at Scottsdale Farms was all sewn. And they created the ties by, hemming a piece of fabric. Okay, so now let's just glue this closed right along the edge. Decoration, and then we'll move on to the lumber pillow where we're going to do a pretend close on one of the sides. What I'm thinking about this whole idea is that you could add this to any pillow any time of the year with any kind of design, and it adds a lot, I think, to the side of it. Okay, so let's glue this other side down real quick. And I'll trim everything up all nice and neat off camera. Okay, so this is the side where the actual zipper is hidden inside here, see? And then we just glued this band on that it's poking over the edge just a little bit. Can you see that? And I usually like to have my zipper be completely down, so let me figure out which direction it's at. Closed? Yes. So I will make this side the front, and basically what I'll do when I put the pillow inside of it is I'll just tie. Each one of these little strips in a pretty little bow. Okay? Let's get these uppers tied real quick, just to get them out of the way. I'm sure that whoever made those pillows that I saw at Scottsdale Farms, that they aren't the first one to ever do this kind of a trick. It was just the first one that I saw that I was paying attention to that inspired me to try to do an easier version of it, and a version with no sewing. And it was really pretty darn easy. Okay, so see how cute that is? Okay. And this ticking fabric, it will soften up a ton when it gets handled a little bit. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, and we'll do the lumbar pillow, so don't leave. Stay with me. Sandra says that's cute. She likes the no-sew. I do too. Okay, I'm going to use this stencil, which says cardinals appear when angels are near. And I'm going to try, I'm kind of messy. I'm going to try to do the cardinal here in red, pink, and the rest of it in black. We'll see if I can do that or not. And I'm going to center this based on like my band. So this is just kind of an eyeball, but it's not fully centered in the pillow, because if it was, it would be over this way a lot further. Let's scoot over just a little bit. Okay, and I am using black ink for the wreath and the words, and then I'm using red ink for the bird. And once it is fully dry, I will heat set it with a hot iron, and then technically the ink will be permanent, and it could be washed and dried and used and loved, and there would be no problem with that at all. And I'm going to use a little bit of my paintbrush squeegees to get around the edges of the bird the best I can. Tell me in the comments, can I please post pictures once I add the pillow insert? Yes, absolutely, Michelle, I will. Tell me in the comments if you live somewhere that has cardinals. We do. We get tons of them in our backyard, and they're so fun to watch. I just pretty recently learned that the males are the pretty red ones, and the females are just kind of a orangey brown color. Nothing special at all. Okay, now I'm going to use my squeegee. Let's use this one. Typically, I am so messy that I will do my stencils just in one color, just to avoid having to do this kind of thing. But I'm going to use red. Okay, so let me throw these in my little tub of water. And let's get the black ink out. Sharon says that there are a lot of these birds in Ohio. We get a ton, and it's so funny to watch them with their babies. Oh my goodness. Do the wreath first. And you want to just get your ink on and then scrape off the excess and try to resist the urge to keep going over and over and over it, because the more you do that, the more ink you accidentally push underneath the stencil, and then you don't get a very crisp stencil impression when you do that. I'm going to get another squeegee to get up here close. Okay, like that, and let's keep going. When you're working with the ink, you do want to move, fairly quickly, because you don't want it to dry in the holes of your stencil before you lift your stencil up. Big blob. If you're new, you can use this medium. This is called Magnolia Permanent Ink. You can use it to make all kinds of awesome t-shirts, tea towels, pillows, tote bags, all baby onesies, all kinds of things that can be washed and dried and worn and washed and dried and used, and it is great. Okay, I am going to get my little squeegee and finish off right here. My little paintbrush squeegee. Okay. That's what it looks like. I'm going to take a little peek and see. Oh, it looks great. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, this is going in my little tote of water, my little tub of water over here. Until I can get out to the kitchen. Oh, it looks so pretty. Isn't that cool? Okay, let's do the other one. The other one will be easier because I'm only doing black. Let me scooch some of this out of my way. But we're going to do a fake side for this one. And the goal is for it to coordinate with this one. Camera. Okay, that's better, I guess. Okay, we are working on this pillow right here. It's called a lumbar pillow. It's from magnoliadiy.com also. These are so nice. They have like this felt lining. And I think we'll do our fake edge right here. And I'm going to show you how to tear and all that business. So I did give this fabric a quick press. It's not perfect. And I was trying to decide which way do I want my stripes to run. Trying to decide what's the front also. Do I want them to run this way, or would it be okay if it was running this way? I think it would be better going this way, actually. Do I have enough? Yeah, I probably do. Okay, so let's start out with like 2.5 again. I'm just going to measure 2.5 over and do a little snip. And then I'll tear it. And okay, now I'm going to pull the strings off the edges. And there's a couple places where there's really long strings that I'll just snip a couple of those off. Okay. We're going to do basically the same thing as what we just did, but we're doing it on the side of this pillow. Front. That's back. I want it to be poking over the outside edge just a little bit. And also, I think I want to cut this fringe off at the very bottom. We'll clean that up. This is going to look so good with the stencil design that we'll be using in just a minute. Well, dang, I just poked myself again. Okay, so it's pinned on here. I'm going to do this part right here first. I can't wait to do this same idea with pillows for all the different seasons. You know, and for summer and you could do this exact same idea on a colored pillow. You could do this by sewing this band on, or just being kind of quick and easy and hot gluing it on. This is why you want low temperature hot glue, because it is going to get everywhere. Let's take these pesky pins out so I don't poke myself a million more times. And for this one, to coordinate with this pillow here that has the black grosgrain ribbons, that's what I'm going to use, but I'm just going to do 2. And I'm not going to do them quite as long. So this is what the ribbon looks like that I used. It's grosgrain ribbon in black. It's Floral Garden, and it is from Dollar Tree. Let me think, how long do I want this to be? Oh, I guess I can always trim it shorter, right? Just needs to be long enough to tie a bow. Tell you what the length of this is. And if you're looking for pillow covers to do a project like this, I totally recommend these pillow covers from magnoliadiy.com. I seriously do. They are awesome. Okay, we'll come back after we glue these in, and we will fix the bottom. Okay, so these are like 10.5 inches long. And this is about 12, so let me think. If I do it on the design, then it's going to look like they're too far apart. I'm almost thinking that it really does need 3. So let's make a few more. Hopefully I have enough ribbon. If I don't, I have another one right here, a smaller one. And I could do the same deal as the red pillow. Oh, yay. And I could just tear some of this black and cream canvas duck and use that too. Okay, let me eyeball this. What is the center? This is roughly the center. Let's glue this one down in the I think I'll just do it based on the design of the canvas. So you can just kind of eyeball that. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I most likely won't see them while I'm live, but just so you know, I do always sit down and read every single comment after and try to get back with answers to every single comment just as soon as I possibly can. So if you ask a question while I'm live and I don't see it because I'm trying not to burn my fingers or trying not to poke myself with all these pins, then I will see your comments or your questions when I'm finished. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up and show you what we did here. Basically, we started gluing this band on, and then on the inside, what is that? Oh, I thought it was a piece of ink for a minute. Okay, then on the inside, I just glued my strips down. Okay, on both sides. And now I'm going to close up the whole thing. I'm going to do the bottom first. Okay, and then I'm going to do this outside edge. And then we'll do the stencil, which, oh my gosh, I picked out an absolutely fabulous new Christmas style stencil. If you're watching this in the summer or, you know, at Easter or Thanksgiving next year or whatever, you can do this project using whatever design appeals to you. This just happens to be kind of a Christmas themed project. And I can come back and clean up some of my glue and that kind of stuff when I'm not on camera. Okay, and get rid of these darn glue strings. So here's where the edges, it doesn't really open there. We're just pretending that it does. And I will clip a dovetail or something on the ends of these pieces of grosgrain when I'm off camera. And this is going to be so cute, and it's going to look so adorable with the other pillow. So stay with me. We're going to move on to the decoration part in just a second. See how cute that looks? Since this is never going to be opened on the side, you could even use a little glue to tack them down so they're all the same size, and actually tack them down to your band if you want. Okay. And just trying to decide which side I want this to be on. Okay, let me show you this adorable stencil I'm so excited to use. Christmas Trees Farm Fresh, established 1932, pine, cedar, fir, and spruce. Isn't that cute? And we're just gonna pop that puppy on here. We're gonna use black ink, so it'll be easy. And then when everything is 100% dry, I will heat set it with a hot iron set on cotton, no steam. And I'll heat set it for 3 or 4 minutes with a piece of parchment paper in between my iron and the pillow. And then it'll be completely permanent. Somebody could sit down on my sofa with a wet jacket and lean up against this pillow and they would be just fine. It's not going to smudge off on them, and it's not going to, this is not open. Let me see, I think I had one more black. Did I? Maybe not. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're using ink. You would never use chalk paste on a project like this. Because imagine having a white sofa and, oh my goodness, somebody sits down and leans up on a pillow and gets chalk paste on the back of their pillow, and then they move over and it's smudged all over your sofa. That would be terrible. So you don't want to do that. Okay, and this is a big design. big. So, just gonna put some blobs over here to get started. I'll probably be adding more. All right, and I'm using this size of a squeegee. Some creators are organized in how they do their stenciling. You know, they either go always top to bottom or side to side. I'm not very organized that way. I'm kind of all over the place. But one thing is for sure, I'm going to get my ink on, and then I'm going to remind myself to stop. And don't keep going over and over and over it. Okay, I've got it on. Now I'm going to quickly pull off the big globs. Goes back in my little pot. Just looking to see where do I have any of those. Okay, and then we're going to peek and see. Oh, I see a spot I almost missed. Right there. Okay. So let's lift up a corner and peek. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Look how pretty that is. Wow, and I love that C. I love this old-fashioned looking script or font, or I don't know what you call that. I'm just going to stick it in my tub over here. Try to clean my hands off. Dripping it everywhere. And then I'll hold it up and show you. Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on. I need a wipe. I do not want to wreck this beautiful pillow. And it's going to look so good with the other one. Oh, goodness. So I used two different pillow covers. This one is called a lumbar pillow cover. Look. Is that fabulous or what? Even just the stencil design is amazing. I see lots of people doing hearts. If you agree with me that that is pretty fabulous, do a this or a this. Oh my gosh. And this adds a lot to it, I think. And I'll show you the other one. This is the one I did a couple days ago. Okay, and if you're falling in love with this design right here that says it's the most wonderful time of the year, and you're watching live, you're watching during the month of November 2023, you can still get this. It is an exclusive stencil that comes with the November 2023 Magnolia Craft Club box. It's the only way to get this design, is to sign up for Craft Club and be a member during the month of November. So yesterday was Thanksgiving 2023. If you're watching this live, you have until the end of November to sign up for Craft Club to get this particular exclusive stencil design. Isn't that fabulous? And I will include a link to Craft Club. So if you would like my supply list, just say supplies or recipe or links or something like that in the comments, and I will get you all the links and list. I'll tell you, for example, where this fabric came from and where this ribbon came from. And I'll also include a replay of this video, so you can go back to the beginning and watch from the beginning if you would like. So just say list, link, supplies, recipe, something like that, and I'll know that you would want it. Nancy, I'll get you the link. Pamela, I'll get you one too. Yeah. And Cindy, I'll get you links. And the other thing I want to tell you is to come back and look at this post later if you would like to. And once everything's dry and I've had a chance to heat set it, this one and the red pillow, I'll hold that up in just a minute. Then I will get pictures and I'll post those pictures in these comments. I'll also put them separately on my page. So let me grab the red one, which turned out fabulous too. Cardinals appear when angels are near, and this is red and white ticking. And these are just strips that I tore of this red, it's cream actually, red and cream ticking fabric. And it was done, in case you hopped on late, these two were done the same way, the same as the pillow that I finished a few days ago. And these were all inspired by some beautiful pillows that were sewn and that were professionally made that I saw at Scottsdale Farms, in case you want to look that up and go to their website and shop. It's a fabulous, fabulous little store that has all kinds of amazing, this time of year, amazing Christmas decor and ornaments and all candles and all kinds of things at Scottsdale Farms. And it's, it would either say Alpharetta or Roswell, Georgia. But anyways, that's where I got this idea that I'd put my own easier spin on. And I hope that you liked these ideas and that they motivated you and showed you how easy this really is. What size is the cardinal pillow, please? This is 18 by 18. And it will fit a variety of pillow insert sizes. You could do a 16 by 16, you could do an 18 by 18, you can even fit a 20 by 20 in here. And they're changeable, so if you're like me and you have a bunch of pillows, at some point it gets too much to store them, you can just unzip it, pop in a new, take the pillow insert out, put it in a new pillowcase, a new pillow cover for the next season, and you're not storing 27 pillows, you know, at any time in the year. Okie dokie, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle if you liked this. Let me know if you want my supplies or my, the replay, or if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm gonna go sit down, get that all organized for you, and then I'll get started shooting that out. Even if you're watching this on replay at some point in the future, you can ask for the supply list or the replay then too, because I will always keep checking to see if anyone has questions. Bye everyone, see you guys later. Peggy says she loves that idea so much. I'm so glad. Oh, Deborah, I am so sorry, but Magnolia does not ship outside of the United States yet. They're still a pretty new company. I have a lot of friends in Canada. We actually have a little cottage up in the Georgian Bay, so we have a vested interest in Canada, our family does. And as soon as they open to Canada, England, you know, other parts of the world, I will let you guys know. Okay, bye everyone. I'll see you guys later.